Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. There's no other way to start this episode than by saying two words: SNES Classic. Or SNES Classic. Either one works. The much rumoured console, which includes 21 inbuilt titles from Nintendo's 16-bit system, was finally confirmed to be in the works last month. It will be launched on September the 29th, with some of the games including Super Mario World, A Link to the Past, and even the unreleased Star Fox 2. Good luck pre-ordering one though. Talking of reviving old consoles, the Spectrum Vega Plus saga continued last month, with the news that the manufacturer of the project ran into difficulties, including the 1,000 titles it promised would come built into the system. This latest issue seems to be related to unpaid royalties, and the matter is still unresolved while I was writing these words. Overall, it's just more bad news for the Vega Plus, especially as 5,000 people who funded the project have still not received their handheld. It's a year and counting now. And to round off this section on a slightly more positive note, take a gander at these overpriced Sonic the Hedgehog shoes. I'll start this section with Sega Forever, an ambitious new platform from Sega for iOS and Android devices. It effectively allows you to play a range of Sega classics, such as Sonic the Hedgehog, Comix Zone, and Altered Beast for free. You can pay to remove the ads though. There will be new titles added to the service every 2 weeks, and there won't just be Mega Drive games being chosen. Moving on to Nintendo's systems, the Switch got a stack of Arcade Archives Neo Geo titles, namely Last Resort, Shock Troopers Second Squad, Sengoku, Fatal Fury 2, and Magical Drop 2. The Wii U also refuses to die and received 4 new PC Engine games through its Virtual Console service: Bonk's Revenge, Blazing Lasers, Newtopia 2, and Alien Crush. The PlayStation 4 got a few new retro offerings in June too, through PSN, namely Arcade Archive titles Fatal Fury 2 and Super Baseball 2020. The PS4 also got a physical retro release in the form of the Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy, which is an impressive remaster of the original 3 Crash games from Naughty Dog. And finally, for new releases last month, Steam received a remaster of Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, as well as a re-release of PC and Dreamcast title Silver. E3 also occurred in June of course, with possibly the most intriguing news being that the 3DS is receiving a remake of the Game Boy's Metroid 2. Do you remember Atari? Well, even if you don't, it teased a video for something called the Atari Box last month. Next to nothing is known about whether it'll be an NES Mini-alike or something new altogether. All we really know for sure is that it'll have a sweet wooden finish. And if you can't get behind that design choice, I'm not sure I can trust you as a human being. Second and finally, a new Krikzz range of EverDrive flash carts is coming for the Game Boy Color, with these including save state technology. There were 3 retro coding competitions last month, all spawning a large number of homebrew titles. Full lists from all 3 can be found in this video's description. The first was the AmigaWave Red Pill Games competition, where people were asked to code titles for the Commodore Amiga, with many solid titles coming from it, including Red Pill Racing. Second was the ZX Spectrum Basic Jam, with the third being the CBA Jam, which asked entrants to make a game with a graphical style to that of IBM's first graphics card and colour display from 1981. Aside from the jams, 3 new Commodore 64 games were released last month: La Carretera, Spyders, and The Sky is Falling. Then there were 2 ZX Spectrum titles, Blimpgeddon and Robot 1 in the Ship of Doom, as well as a pair of Commodore Amiga games, OpenBor and Quasarius. And then to round off this section, Who Dares Wins was released for the MSX2. To start this month, an image of completed copies of the tie-in title for underrated flick Titan AE was released on Twitter last month by the Oliver twins, who are part of the game's development team. Sadly, the title never got released due to the film's failure at the box office. Yet X vs. Sever ended up coming out, and that's a movie not a single human being has ever actually seen. Go figure. Next, Amstrad CPC versions of several titles were uncovered last month, including Captain Fizz Meets the Blastertrons, Frogger, Acolyte, Unpredictable, and Ninja Grannies. Yes, you heard me right, Ninja Grannies. Third, Megalenium 6-in-1 Mega Kart was released on the PC last month, and is a port of a lost NES multicart developed in 1989. And finally, a playable version of the unlaunched port of Venture for the Atari 5200 was uploaded online in June. The game came out originally on the ColecoVision, Atari 2600 and Intellivision. 7 English language fan translations this month. One was for Shikigami no Shuru for the PC, but the rest are all for NES titles. They include Iki, The Wing of Medulla, Super Xevious Gamp no Nazo, Gomoku Narabe Renju, The Hacker, and finally Gamber Goemon Gaiden, Kaita Ugon Kiseru. That's all for this month, but don't shed a tear, leave the crying to me. Instead, why not like, comment, subscribe, and other call to action stuff? Go on, what are you waiting for?
I searched the office